Good morning, sir. This is T. Kushi from ITA and my roll number is 37. And my topic for Tech Talk in Max is conditional probability. So before going to conditional probability, let us know about what is the probability. Probability means possibility. It is a branch of mathematics that deals with the occurrence of a random event. The value is expressed from 0 to 1. Probability has been introduced in mathematics to predict how likely events are to happen. The meaning of probability is basically the extent to which something is likely to happen. This is the basic probability theory, which is also called as the probability distribution, where you will learn the possibility of outcomes for a random experiment. To find the probability of a single event to occur, first we should know the total number of possible outcomes. So generally probability is nothing but probability means possibility. So to find probability, generally we need total number of events and number of possible events. And generally probability is expressed between 0 to 1. So it will not exceed 1 and it will not be below 0. So it will be in the range of 0 to 1. And probability has been introduced in maths to predict how likely events are to happen. The meaning of the probability is basically the event to which something is likely to happen. Probability is a measure of how likely it is for an event to happen. Probability lies between 0 to 1. So if an event is certain to happen, then the probability is 1. And if an event is not certain to happen, then the probability is 0. And we can also express probability in percentage. So generally probability formula is P is equal to M by N. So here M is number of possible outcomes and N is total number of outcomes. So by using that formula, we can find the probability of the given condition or given question. So now let us know about conditional probability. Conditional probability is known as the possibility of an event or outcome happening based on the existence of a previous event or outcome. It is calculated by multiplying the probability of the preceding event by the renewed probability of the succeeding or conditional event. The probability of occurrence of an event A when other event B in relation to A has already occurred is known as conditional probability, and it is depicted by P of A by B. So generally the main difference between conditional probability and this probability is that in probability generally it is number of possible outcomes by total number of outcomes, but in coming to conditional probability, one of the outcome or one of the possibility of an event will be depending upon the other possibility event which has already been occurred. So that is the main difference between conditional probability and normal probability. So from this picture, we'll know clearly and detailedly what is conditional probability. So as depicted in the above diagram, sample space is given by S and there are two events A and B. In a situation where event B has already occurred, then our sample space naturally gets reduced to B because now the chances of occurrence of an event will lie inside B. As we have to figure out the chances of occurrences of event A, only a portion common to both A and B is enough to represent the probability of occurrence of A when B has already occurred. So the common portion of the events is depicted by the intersection of the both events, that is A and B, that is A intersection B. This explains the concept of conditional probability, that is occurrence of an event when other event in relation to has already occurred. So from this picture, you can see there are two events A and B. So in this picture, B event has already been occurred. So generally we will have sample space as S. So when B event has already been occurred, generally sample space naturally gets reduced to B, and whatever the chances you have to get, that will lie in event B. So now to know the event, to know the possibilities of event A or occurrence of event A, you have to normally find the common portion. You have to find the common portion between A and B. That common portion is only enough to know the occurrence of event A. So that is generally written as the formula A intersection B. So this example will explain you about the conditional probability, because the definition is occurrence of an event when another event in relation has already occurred is known as conditional probability. So the probability of an event A given that another B has already occurred is known as conditional probability, where two events A and B are independent of each other. The probability of both occurring is P of A and B is equal to P of A into P of B by A, where P of A is the probability of an event A may happen, P of B is the probability of event B may happen, and P of A by B is the probability of event B given by without A. So now let us see the formula of conditional probability and how to derive it also. So deriving the formula for conditional probability. In step 1, P of A and B is equal to P of A into P of B by A. In step 2, P of A and B by P of A is equal to P of A into P of B by A by P of A. And in step 3, P of A and B by P of A is equal to P of B by A. Note, this expression is only valid when P of A is greater than 0. So P of A and B by P of A is equal to P of B by A. The probability of event B given event A equals the probability of event A and event B divided by the probability of event B. So key takeaways from this conditional probability, I mean important points which have to be noted are: conditional probability refers to the chances that some outcome occurs given that another event has also occurred. If it is often stated as the probability of B given A and is written as P of B by A, where the probability of B depends on that of A happening. Conditional probability can be contrasted with unconditional probability. Probabilities are classified as either conditional, marginal, or joint probabilities. So Bayes' theorem is a mathematical formula used in calculating conditional probability. Coming to conditional probability formula, P of B by A is equal to P of A and B by P of A, or P of B by A is equal to P of A intersection B by P of A, where P is probability, A is event A, B is event B. So let us see some of the examples of conditional probabilities. So two dice are thrown simultaneously and the sum of the numbers obtained is found to be 7. What is the probability that the number 3 has appeared at least once? So when two dice are thrown, generally total number of outcomes is 36. So they're telling the sum should be 7. So in such a case, how many conditions are there? We'll check. So A is equal to 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6, 1, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, and 6, 3. So what did they tell? What is the probability that the number 3 has appeared at least once? And so for that, you are writing event A. Event A indicates a combination in which 3 has occurred at least once. So coming to event B, it indicates the combination of the numbers which sum up to 7. So we'll see what are the conditions in event B: 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 4, 4, 3, 5, 2, 6, 1. So from this, P of A is 11 by 36, P of B is 6 by 36. A intersection B. A intersection B becomes 2. So P of A intersection B is nothing but 2 by 36. Why A intersection B is 2? Because we are having two conditions, condition A, condition B. So A intersection B becomes 2. P of A intersection B becomes 2 by 36. That is two conditions we have, number of conditions, but totally 36. So applying the conditional probability formula, we get P of A by B is equal to P of A intersection B by P of B. So 2 by 36 by 6 by 36. So totally it is 1 by 3. Another example, in a group of 100 computer buyers, 40 bought CPU, 30 purchased monitor, and 20 purchased CPU and monitors. If a computer buyer chooses at random and bought a CPU, what is the probability they also bought a monitor? So as per the first event, 40 out of 100 bought CPU. So P of A is equal to 40%. So 40 by 100, it is 0.4. So now according to the question, 20 buyers purchased both CPU and monitors. So this is the intersection of the happening of two events. Hence, P of A intersection B is 20%. So 20% is 20 by 100, that is 0.2. By the formula of conditional probability, we know P of B by A is equal to P of A intersection B by P of B. So P of A intersection B is 0.2 and P of B is 0.4. So 0.2 by 0.4, that is equal to 0.5. So the probability that a buyer bought a monitor given that they purchased a CPU is 50%. So another example is in a group of 100 sports car buyers, 40 bought alarm systems, 30 purchased bucket seats, and 20 purchased both the alarm system and the bucket seats. If a car buyer chosen at random bought an alarm system, what is the probability that they also bought the bucket seats? So P of A is nothing but it's given in the question, that is 40%. So 40% means 40 by 100, it will become 0.4. And P of A intersection B, this is the intersection part of A and B. So that is given as 20%. So 20% means 20 by 100, that is 0.2. Now, by applying conditional probability formula in step 3, P of B by A is equal to P of A intersection B by P of A, that is equal to 0.2 by 0.4, that is equal to 0.5. So the probability that a buyer bought bucket seats is nothing but 50%. So another example is there are 5 red chips, 4 blue chips, and 6 white chips in a basket. 2 chips are randomly selected. Find the probability that the second chip is red and the first chip is blue. So directly because the first chip is selected and not repeated, there are only 14 chips remaining. So P of selecting red chip by P of first chip is blue, that is 5 by 14, that is approximately equal to 0.357. And this is another example. 100 college students were surveyed and asked how many hours a week they spent for studying. So the results are in the table below. Find the probability that a student spends more than 10 hours studying given the student as male and female. So the sample space consists of 49 male students, and out of these 49, 16 spend more than 10 hours a week studying. So probability, generally conditional probability formula is P of B by A. Directly P of more than 10 hours by that of total number of males. That is 16 by 49, that is equal to 0.327. Thank you. I hope you all understood this topic.